Introduction to Classical Tibetan, Lesson 7-5, the Continuative Particle. The continuative particles are te, and de. They can be placed after verbs or nominal groups and indicate that there's more to be said about whatever just came before. They can be translated by a comma or and, or they can show a temporal succession and can be translated as while or having done the first thing, the second thing. If you understand the general idea of this particle, you can translate it as you see fit to make it make sense in English. The spelling rules for these particles are as follows. After the suffix letters ga, nga, ba, or ma, or if there's no suffix, sa ta 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 dengbu te is used. After na, ra, la, or sa, ta dengbu te is used. And after da dengbu te is used. It's important to keep in mind that the continuative particle de looks just like the demonstrative pronoun de. Pay attention to the spelling rules. If there is a preceding syllable that doesn't have a da suffix, then you can be sure that the de is a demonstrative pronoun. If the preceding syllable does have a da suffix, however, then you have to determine the use of the de particle from context. Let's look at an example of how this particle is used. Changsem kye de jowe dunze. The sentence before the de particle is changsem kye, one generates bodhicitta. The sentence after it says, one accomplishes the benefit of beings. This seems to show a temporal succession of things, so we could translate this as, having generated bodhicitta, one accomplishes the benefit of beings. We could also say something like, one generates bodhicitta and accomplishes the benefit of beings. The continuative particle here simply shows us that there's more to be said after the first sentence. This can also show clarification about what was just said. In this way, it can be compared to an emphatic particle. For example, ngondro la ni de, tumong dang tumo mayin pe ngondro. Look at what comes before the continuative particle, ngondro la ni. Ni indicates that there are two types of ngondro, preliminary practices. The te serves to indicate that those two will now be clarified. So what are the two types? Well, let's jump all the way to the end. We have ngondro connected to something with a connector particle. Moving to the left, we see tumo mayimpa, uncommon or extraordinary. Moving to the left of that, we have dang, and then we have tumong, common. So we can think of the connector particle plus ngondro as being distributed over both tumong and tumo mayimpa. So we end up with the phrase preliminaries which are common and preliminaries which are uncommon. Or simply preliminaries which are common and uncommon. So altogether, we can read this sentence as there are two types of preliminaries, preliminaries which are common and uncommon. The continuative particle can also be used in formal logical reasonings, showing the connection between the statement made and the reason justifying the statement. This is extremely common in philosophical texts. In formal logical syllogisms, which is, for example, the common structure of Tibetan monastic debate, the continuative particle is placed at the end of the statement made, while chir is placed at the end of the reason. For example, ri la me yute dua yupe chiro. The statement is, ri la me yu, fire exists on the mountain. And the reason is, dua yupe chir, because there is smoke. Let's review these uses of the continuative particle. It can be spelled in three ways, depending on the spelling of the syllable that comes before it. It indicates that there is something more to be said, and it can show temporal sequence, translated as while, having, and so on. It can further explain what was just said, translated as a colon, semicolon, and so on. Or it can be used in formal logical reasoning, indicating the probandum, that is, the thing that is to be proven in a logical statement.